Hey everybody, it's TotalGamerJunkie and I want to welcome you back to my channel. So good news, I got my new microphone Snowball, so my recording should be up in sync now. Still got to upload my Assassin's Creed videos and replace it with backup copies that don't have my on this Call of Cthulhu. Leviathan. Yes, they're eating the Leviathan and everything. Sick.
Who goes there? That nightmare again.
Let's go get a drink. No, what can I drink?
No.
I kill you in this walk.
I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colton have to say about all this.
And girls.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep?
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you alright? You look like you...
Let's see if we fail.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to...
The Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what...
Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
Nah, she's still alive.
You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death?
Yeah.
Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller, and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something.
You seemed... demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those...
Second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a...
Yes, he
Francis
did.
Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what...
Yeah, let's do this one this time.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how
Literally.
Mr. Sanders died.
Sanders started screaming and convulsing.
Convulsing? That doesn't fit with his history.
Then his body got all crooked.
What in God's name? And you were alone with him?
He accused Sarah Hawkins of being the culprit.
Sarah Hawkins? Like the Hawkins case.
You really think she's
Let's
involved?
do it.
How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Since
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
an art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner
Alright,
at
we'll
Sanders'
spare
household,
the truth.
please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom
Yes.
of it.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Alright,
Very well.
How do I get
Go
out?
to see
Yeah, here we
Francis's
go.
widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Whoop.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Nothing new. Alright, let's check skills. I have 4. Alright, let's validate that. Let's get some scotch here. Yeah, and we're leaving right now. Alright, here we go. Yep. Let's enter madness.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
Again, and then my third profile, I'm gonna, because I uploaded a video of her having a black eye, so
died yesterday.
yeah.
That is
It's
precisely
interesting to see her
what
again.
brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. You're investigating Francis' death. Why?
It's a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday. I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Nah, she's got me.
We had a short conversation and then I left. I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, I see. Mr. Pierce, you must forgive my audaciousness, but I've had practice of life in high society for over 30 years. Reading one's interlocutors, recognizing the politeness of a lie, are things that are taught very early to young girls from a good family. But your lie has nothing polite about it. It is crass, insulting, and dare I say, terribly suspicious. Try to understand my position, dude. And right before your eyes, did you not do anything to help him?
Asylum, not me.
How dare you? What was I supposed to do, Detective? Upon seeing such a brilliant mind disintegrate in this way, waking with a start every night with him shrieking in horror, petrified before this accursed painting, unable to look away, until he managed to gouge his eyes out with his own hands. I should have listened to Dr. Fuller, let him intern him months ago. If I am to be condemned, it is because I did not act sooner.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
How did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
But we're not gonna reconstruct, because, you know, we don't wanna cause too much insanity, you know?
Did she really care for him after all? The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives. Let's see what this cylinder has to say. A strange Amerindian pendant. I could use one of those.
Oh, whoops.
Strange.
Accidentally pressed.
For
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it. Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Fucking scared the shit out of me. Because I'm pretty sure blinding it like that will slow it down.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Got shit. Come here, buddy. Does this slow it down? No. It doesn't.
What the hell was that?
Go, go, go. Get the dagger.
What the hell was that?
Yeah. Cthulhu uses it's like a trans-dimensional creature. Then this is Sanders' house, but in an alternate dimension.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right.
Yeah, because we're gonna level up the
bottle will
cult
get you
in the
before I
next
do.
one.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this Shambler,
Fake.
You've got your spunk back. Go where
Pretty
you
sure the
want.
code was
I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
537, I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was 537.
where's the bookseller? What happened here? Let's start over. Blood. To whom does this footprint belong?
Uh-oh.
What happened that made the burglar flee? What killed all? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What the? Charles Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Oh, it was 9, not 7. Oopsie daisy.
This man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. Miss...
Let's call in this time.
Dr. Fuller, please.
No, don't.
I know what you fear, but this man is dying.
Marie, I'm begging you. He'll hold me accountable if you bother him. Perhaps you could examine him yourself first. I'll do my best to assist.
Dr. Fuller, please.
No, don't.
I know what you fear, but...
Marie, perhaps...
Did you inject... Very well. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. 30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like...
Once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
I almost... What? No, and where? What? You're... His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people...
Do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope
Pretty
you
sure
one
it
day
was a
share
threat.
my point of view. In the meantime, take care
so
of
let's
your
just
own
skip all
patients
this,
and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Yeah, hidden files are proof.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Can't
Of
fast
course,
forward
Doctor.
this.
You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I said a sketch. She's alone in the bathroom.
Now I can skip
Wait a
it.
minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
I left
It's
the water.
temperamental.
This up.
If I understand.
And the what? I had.
Do you really need...
I can. So
I scar...
thank.
Where's the thing? It's here somewhere.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
And the key is in the desk over here.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
Got it.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Doctor, please. My chest.
Alright, so where was the tool again?
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
What? No, I just went past it. Whoops. Fast forward there.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden,
I was about...
I can't.
It's not...
And courage.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
How did I do it before? Yeah.
I'm thinking. Patient files. I was right.
Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the
Alright, yeah. I thought there was more.
gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
First, I presumed that her blood was the key,
Hold it.
but I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the
The thing
basement.
was they all went on the same ship, right?
I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must
Alright,
remain
no, there's nothing else. Alright.
outside.
Go this way.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. Go back to the basement.
The hell? Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Can I go this way? No. No, so I have to go this way. Ah, you bastard.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly.
Woo! Right.
Talk!
That's how much I've completed.
I
it.
am the one with the weapon.
For now. Safe.
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
I was there, and then I was elsewhere.
No. The book can't transport you. It must have been a vision. Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
No, you stay out of my way.
You won't get rid of me that easily.
Marie Colden might die while you're still talking. Move!
I'm not too sure. So anyway, this is where the video ends. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.